Good morning.
Hello, good morning, everyone.
Why you say it like that? Like Cruella.
Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Oh, when you went to England?
Last weekend. That's why I went out.
Are you cold?
I'm chilly. I know I don't match. I just realized it. I just picked up a jacket. I mean, a little something with some sleeves on it. I should go get a sweater, but oh well.
I want you to go get a sweater. You looking real crazy in these streets.
I'm not matching.
You're looking there real crazy in these streets.
I'm fine. I'm A-okay. Look at this computer right now.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us as usual. Thank you for sending in the I.Am.She Podcast. Oh, God. It has been a morning.
What's wrong?
I've been up since 7 o'clock this morning. I have washed clothes. Then I had to go help my mother-in-law set up for a surprise party that they having for her aunt. But everybody was running behind, like the people that's supposed to cook the food, the people that's supposed to decorate. Everybody was running behind. So me and Gemma basically went down there and helped her put the tables and everything together, put the centerpieces on the table and everything like that. I am tired. So I literally just ran in here. So I don't care about my hair, nothing what y'all talking about. Locks supposed to look like this. I literally just ran in here and jumped on this podcast because I still have stuff that I have to do today. Along with they got a fair. Oh, I ain't going to the party. I'm going to the fair. I'm waiting on this fair. You know, I have to have me a good funnel cake.
The fair?
Yeah, they have the Robeson County Fair. This is the last day to go to the Robeson County Fair. So once I leave here, I'm going to get dressed. I bought me some wine yesterday. I'm going to take 2 glasses of wine. And then I'm going to just go to the fair and let the kids have them. Let the kids just do them. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to go to the fair. Even though David said we're not getting on no rides, the kids is getting on rides because it's, you know what's funny though? You know how you have siblings that are really spaced out. So when you go to like amusement parks and stuff like
Your
that.
children ain't no spaced out.
Yes, they are. So Cameron and Gemma is spaced out from David and Kylie.
I mean, yeah, that part. But you got two the same age and two.
No. So here's the thing though. When they spaced out like that, well, now really, honestly, Kylie and David, they went to a football game by themselves a couple weeks ago. So they good. They can pretty much walk around the fair by themselves. So pretty much we just got to watch Gemma and Cameron. But what I was saying was, you know, when kids are spaced out to that age extent, Cameron and Gemma and David and Kylie, you know, they have like a big gap, like a big, you know, like, not a space, but like they don't, not the same. How am I trying to put it? So basically what I'm trying to get to is that they
don't have the same interest in mind. Like they don't have.
They don't have the same interest. So it's like, but it's crazy because David and Kylie are different. So when we go to like amusement parks and stuff like that, when we go to amusement parks and carnivals and things like that, they take turns. They'll go over there, like they'll go to the kids' side, ride a couple of rides with
Now it sounds like she been sipping wine already. She probably had. No,
don't make me leave the show. Don't make me leave the show.
Honey, don't make me leave the show. She gonna need a vodka and tonic in the morning.
Hey, I'm trying to catch my I'm trying to place my thoughts together. I literally just ran, like I'm sweating. I literally just ran in this door and cut this daggone computer on. I am sweating. I am trying to place my thoughts in my mind.
She been drinking wine. She been drinking liquor.
I was drinking last night, but I'm good today. I'm up. Good morning. But no, like what I was saying is that they take turns. Like they'll go over to the kids' side, ride a couple of rides with the kids, with the little kids. Like they're really nice with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how siblings bitter and better. Like, I don't want to go there. Why we gotta go over there with them? They actually good. Like they'll be like, okay, let's go ride some rides. Like I don't tell them, we don't make them. They'll do it like, all right, we'll go over here with Cameron and Jim first, and then they'll go over there, and then Jim and Cameron will wait their turn to come back over, like for like a big amusement park. Of course, not the carnival, because the carnival ain't but so big. It's a big old circle, and then you come back around again. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited so I can get my funnel cake, my candy apple, my turkey leg. What else do I get from the carnival? I think that's about it. That's all I really like from the carnival. I don't really like the food. I don't really care for like food. When I was younger, I did. I wanted like the chicken tenders and the French fries and pizza and everything. I don't really care for the food. I'm just here for the snacks.
Okay.
But yeah, I am tired. But yeah, I'm going to get ready for the day. I'm trying to drink coffee and wake myself up.
I think I'm going to meet a couple of my friends at Morgan's homecoming today.
Ooh.
One of my guy friends, he's a friend. He asked me to come with his frat brothers and line sisters, so I'm gonna go up there with them. And
hold on, is he a current student?
No, he graduated college already.
Oh, I was getting ready to say, so you stepping back into the
No, girl, he's my age, but you know how people and they still hang out with their line brothers and stuff. You know how the frats do, so I'm excited to go.
Is this a friend say?
He's a friend. Just a friend. I slept on the wrong side of my wrist this morning. That thing hurt.
Hey! You a cougar. You a cougar. That's what I was trying to get to, but I wanted to be pleasant about it.
A little young Morgan thing. So
I wanted to be polite about it. That's what I was trying to get to, but I'm trying to be polite about it.
Are you? But yeah, let's talk about some hot topics going on.
Okay, yeah, I guess we're gonna talk about some hot topics because I don't know what happened to her computer.
Morgans are about that life, honey. The Morganites are about that life, honey.
They had
party.
The kids had Davis High School actually had a homecoming parade yesterday. They had a big homecoming parade. You know them small towns. David didn't want to go to the game, but they had the parade. And actually, because my mother-in-law stays on the main street where they have everything, they didn't even have to drive. She kept telling us to drive up the street in the city into the town to see the parade, but they came right past the door. So the kids only basically stood in the door and just watched the parade come. But they make so much of it. Like they got the cars, they got the.
That's how they do in Mississippi. Yeah. In my hometown, it was their homecoming yesterday too, and they make a whole spectacle of it. Them small towns, honey, they love making a whole spectacle of everything.
They closed the schools early because of the high school, not college, because of a high school homecoming. They closed all the small
towns. That's what they love. They love Friday Night Lights. That's all, girl. That was yesterday when I was looking on doing work. But on Facebook, all my cousins and everybody, they was posting, the parade, and they went to the game, and every homecoming, all the people that graduated from the high school comes to the games and stuff. It be lit. Listen, let me tell you something. My little small town be lit. It be lit.
All the small towns. I love it. I like that whole country feel. Because I used to only see that type of stuff on Hallmark and Lifetime. But now that I'm here, I'm like, oh my God, I always wanted to be in one of those towns.
I miss that feel. Like it just gives you that warm, cozy feel, and it's just like everybody come together.
Yes, they had the pageant. They had the pageant queen on the drop top little joint. They had the homecoming king.
They got a maid for every grade. A first grade maid, second grade maid, third grade maid. Like, God damn. How many?
Down here they even have down here in some of the schools, they even have elementary school proms.
Yeah,
I think it's like 5th grade prom.
They have like kitty prom.
Yeah, kitty prom. Yep.
Kitty prom. Yeah.
But yeah, let's get into these hot topics. I didn't want to cut you off. Let's get into these hot topics. Hot topics. I know you said something about.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, what you about to say?
No, I was getting ready to ask you what was the hot topic you was talking about.
Oh, I want to talk about Kanye.
Oh Lord.
Let's get
Why?
into Kanye. I
You better hope
want
he
to
ain't watching. He gonna make you relevant. So
please do. Please do. I want to talk about his whole stance now. You know, he came out the other day. I think he went to a fashion show or maybe had an interview or something. And he had on a White Lives Matter shirt. And when
what is wrong? He confused.
that's what I'm saying. And you know,
Boy, your
people
mama
were
is
like,
turning around in her grave.
Okay. People were in the uproar about the shirt. And while I get where he's coming from, like Diddy said, you know, like, I'm not taking away from like white lives don't matter, but right now we are in an epidemic of Black lives don't matter. So when you're constantly seeing Black people get killed by the police and Black people getting called, or the police getting called on Black people for dumb reasons, you know, he's not saying that all lives don't matter, but just right now in this moment, Black lives need to matter. Because while we want to say, yeah, white lives matter, all these lives matter, but what about Black people? Y'all are doing just what him and his team try to do. That's why he a billionaire.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. It's for relevancy. I think a lot of the stuff that's being done to create a controversy so that he can have a relevancy. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. He know what he doing. You know what? He don't know what he doing. His what's the call? Know what they doing. His what do they call them?
His PR team.
They know what they doing.
Yeah.
Nate, we need you to get on board. Get off the White Lives Matter shirts.
I think he's losing his damn mind. He is losing
Nate,
his mind.
we need you to get on board. Get us some White Lives Matter shirts so we can go on our podcast and hashtag.
Exactly. He's no different. Okay. Another thing I want to talk about, and I wish I would have. I don't know if I can send a video real quick, Nate. Can I send you a real quick video? Please say yes. Please say yes.
What is it about? Get to it.
So there's a viral video going on right now about this lady named Coach Stormy. And the video is about, I'm about to send it to Nate, see if he could play it real fast. I'm so sorry, Nate. I didn't mean to be so, slow on this. But the video is about her giving a retreat for women. And at this retreat, she provides the food and she provides the this and she provides the that. And she, one of the girls, got a little cookout plate made for her. It was basically cookout food. So somebody made her plate, and on the plate she had like a burger, some chicken, and she just had a plate. You know how a cookout plate look. Coach Stormy goes on and tell her, like, why would you eat that? Like that plate is a hood rat plate. You are eating something like, basically you look like a hood rat. You a queen and you a royalty. Why are you eating that food like that? Like, on her plate, all she had was 2 pieces of chicken, a shrimp skewer, and a corn on the cob. She like, this is a queen's plate. That's a hood rat plate. You giving low vibrations. I'm about to send it to Nate real quick. I hope he can play it for me. I'm so sorry.
So why you can't eat what you want? I'm confused.
And what pissed me off even more was that the girls was like, yeah, that's right. Like, what? That's right. Like, and they were agreeing with her, like, she's like, oh, that's low vibrational. While in the same breath eating freaking chicken herself. And everybody was telling her, like, wait a minute. Eating chicken for real should be low vibrational to you if that's what you about, because you're eating meat. And if you're focusing on energy, you're eating basically chicken that you're not supposed to be eating. But in the
it was more so. He said, "Take her woke ass to sleep."
I just sent it to your personal inbox, Nate. If you wanna, I don't know if you were able to play it. I don't know.
So is it because? So was it an issue because she's one of those health conscious people about taking certain
First of all, she's a scamming ass woman who ended up getting a BBL and now want to go out here and tell women that they are fat and they need to drink her they need to drink her basically detox tea because, you know, we fat. And if you want to be looking like her, you want a body like her, you know, this is what you got to do. You need to work out X amount of times a day. You need to do X amount of things. And
well, you know what?
But you got a BBL. You got a BBL. You got a BBL. So now it's
I don't know who follows these women. I don't know who follows these women. Who these women influence, but she ain't.
Remind you, she charged these women $10,000 to go on basically like a retreat with her for her to talk to them like shit, basically. And
$10,000.
$10,000. And now
I need a BBL. Is that what get people to follow you?
Like, you know what? No, I saw a video on TikTok about that. Like, you know what? Somebody was like, I'm about to just go get me a BBL, act like I'm some type of, you know, fitness guru, and then start
using my followers up.
Big words, start using big words,
my followers up.
Vibrational and gratification. You know, just start using big words and have you dumb bitches come follow me because that's what y'all do.
Get my followers up. I'm serious. I'm dead serious. I literally. So they got this new show. They got this new show on BET Plus. On the, I think it's Roku. It's BET Plus. It's a new show, and it is, I think, like 4 of the influencers. Ari, what's her name? The one that used to date Moneybag Yo.
Oh, Ari.
It's Ari. It's what is the other girl? It's Ari. It's like 4 of the influencers, like the main influencers, but all of them got big. Oh, Jada.
Oh,
Jada Waiter, Ari. It's a big time Messy Tay or Tay something. It's a guy. Arrogant Tay, Jada Waiter, Ari, and one more girl. I've never seen her before. One more girl. Huh?
Is it Dream Doll?
It's not Dream Doll. Dream Doll is one of his clients.
You might be talking about either Des Dior or Lakia.
Des Dior. It's Des Dior. Mm-hmm. So they just started making a show. They basically have like a reality show about them. I haven't really got too much into it because I seen it and I was like, what is this about? Let me look into this. So I actually seen the beginning where they was introducing themselves. So I don't know what the show is about. I'm gonna have to watch it some more to see where the show is going. If it's just like a regular messy reality show, or if it's like a show just telling like how they came on the rise. But I'm looking at all of them and I'm like, they was talking about like followers, like I started doing this on Instagram or TikTok, and they got
the easiest to manipulate.
So I'm thinking like
coming from the hood, but she speaks unbalanced. Yeah, man. When she took them on a dinner date, this was like a few months ago. She got a bunch of fake boss women and took them on a dinner date, made them all give her their credit card so she could do credit card roulette. Then got pissed because her credit card was the one that got picked. So basically, it's like 10 of us at a table. We order whatever we want to order. We ain't at no cheap ass restaurant. We are at a high-end 5-star restaurant. We ordering food, drinks, or whatever. So the bill gonna be at least $5,000.
That's karma.
And she's like, yeah, give me your credit card. Give me your credit cards. We gonna play credit card roulette. So
and Dara said, no, she's a weed smoking BBL wearing lobster.
She's an abuser. They said when her credit card got, I'm trying to find that video too because I want to see it myself. But I did see that her credit, she made them all do credit card roulette. But they said when her credit card got picked, she was pissed. They was like, she was telling them like, no, I'm trying to teach y'all the lesson. How y'all going this, that, and the third? Like what? Like how you mad, sis? And then
if it was somebody else and they got mad, she would have made a whole thing out of it.
And apparently the girl who she was like calling a hood rat and saying she was low vibrational, the girl had just lost her mom. Her mom had passed away. And she told her like, basically like, that's why you ain't got nobody. Like she's a bully. She's just a bully who surrounds herself with women that she feel like, is beneath her. And I don't know if you know Coach D from Dancing Dolls.
Yeah.
Coach D was like, she had came in contact with Stormy, and Coach Stormy was like, I'm gonna take you under my wing, and I'm gonna teach you how to be a boss, and you gonna be an entrepreneur. You gonna have this, and you will never be broke another day in your life. So Coach D was looking at her like, you must not know who the fuck I am. Like, I hear what you saying, and yeah, I want to be on the team, but baby, you're not better than me. Like Coach D got it out the mud. She used to do porn.
A lot of people sleep on her.
She used her porn money to foot the bill for the dancing studio. And then
you know what I was thinking about? I don't mean to interrupt you, but you know what's funny? On P Valley, Mercedes. Yeah, I swear that's who it reminded me of.
They said Coach Stormy and just like Mercedes or P Valley.
That is crazy.
Yeah, she is a very, very, very. She has a very nasty disposition, and it's so crazy because it's
somebody making her rich.
So dummies who want to be on her team, and she ain't doing nothing but using y'all.
But what are you bringing to the table? What benefit am I getting out of it by being around you? What benefit am I getting out of it? Are you teaching me a lesson? Or
big words like generational wealth? You will never be broke another day in your life. You will have this for your grandkids, and you will have that. You will have this.
Does it actually work though?
When you have women who are
low self-esteem.
Yeah, you have women from the ghetto who has never had anything. Now they done got a little come up, whether it's scamming or whatever. Yeah, she's sitting there licking her fingers, Nate, talking about somebody low vibrational. Man, we are at the same cookout, on the same boat, eating off paper plates. You licking your fingers and sticking your fingers in this girl food, talking about her food is low vibrational.
Man, but what does that have to do with anything? If I am a billion dollar, if I have a $1 billion company and I am worth $1 billion, if I like my damn chicken, I'm going to eat my damn chicken. I don't care what you call me. If I want to go to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, I'm going to still go to Roscoe's Chicken.
It was basically about how the plate had a lot of food on it. So you know how when you go to a cookout, if you say you had a cookout, okay, and it's some good food. Say your mother had a cookout.
Right.
You're not gonna go get no hamburger and no hot dog and be like, I'm a queen. You're gonna go get you some beans, some potato salad, some pasta salad, a burger, some chicken. So basically, that's what her plate looked like.
They did that. If you notice on Atlanta Housewives, you notice they did that to Candy a lot. They always said she eat a lot. She ate a lot. She ate a lot. That's why I kind of like her, because she kind of maintained a realness to her. But they did that to her too. They always complained that she ate a lot. She ate a lot. I think she said she was talking about an episode where they was recording an episode where some birds or something flew down and everybody else got pooped on except for her. So she said when the birds flew down, she just nicely picked up her plate, walked over and started eating her plate. And she said everybody on the set was looking at her like, how can you eat that? She said, it didn't poop on me or my plate. I picked up my plate before the birds came down. I seen them coming. But they was looking at her and basically telling her, how can you sit there and still eat? That's disgusting. That's nasty. She said, but be mindful that sometimes we can record for hours and not eat anything. So I knew that I probably wasn't going to eat until like late that night. So I was hungry.
Your life. Yeah, they can. If one can redirect your thoughts, they can manage your entire life, mind control. Yeah. Nate said he uploaded the video to the Instagram. You gotta go see it. You have to see it. You have to see it. And then the girl like, okay, you my coach. You right. I'm listening to my coach. My coach is teaching me. She teaching me. She teaching you what? Like, you sound like a dummy. And then the next day she uploaded another video like, why you not a tree? You can move. They behind her like, that's right. She was like a boss woman always got a pack of females behind her. That's
no, you
right,
don't.
Right? Like, it's so weird. Like, y'all sound so dumb.
You don't.
The problem that I have with this is they have crucified Ian Levanzette for telling them truths.
Yes.
And being authentic in her space. But I noticed right after Tamar and her sisters kind of crucified her, and then everybody else started piling on.
Yep.
All
Yep.
these all these life coaches
All these
Mm-hmm.
started
life coaches.
making their television
That's what I
debut,
said.
giving
Life
women
coach.
advice. And it's
That's what
just
I said. Life
it's
coaches.
ugly. It's not even, you don't even have a basis. Your
You don't even
plate
have
does
a
not
base.
dictate your life.
It
Now your
doesn't. That's what I was
diet
getting ready to
does.
say. It
Your
doesn't.
diet does, but you sitting
Click
there eating the
behind you.
same food that's on her plate, licking your fingers while you're talking to someone. That's bad manners to me. I went to finishing school. So I don't understand it, nor do I applaud it, because now the same way as Kevin Samuels, that sounds like Kevin Samuels to me.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep.
That's what that sounds like. And we
Mhm.
applaud that because it's coming from a real place. And somebody like Iyanla, who has years of experience actually
Years.
in this field, you bash
Degree.
her.
It's
Mm.
probably, and another thing is it's probably money wise. It's probably money wise. They want, people always go for the cheaper brand anyway, the more affordable brand, even though they're not getting everything that they need out of it.
And my thing is, if you go onto her TikTok or her Instagram, all she's talking about is, I bought this $90,000 watch. This watch was $100,000. Oh, now it's worth $300,000. This necklace was $20,000. Now it's worth $100,000. Like, that's all she talks about is materialistic things, and people are following behind this. Like, yeah, she's like, if you follow me, you will never be broke another day in your life. You'll never be broke another day in life. Like, what are you saying?
Because realistically, nobody
I
wants
eat
to
a
be broke.
healthy, I eat a healthy and disciplined. I eat healthy, a disciplined vegetarian, but I will never step on my people because they eat meat and don't work out. Exactly, exactly, exactly. But that's the part of it. That's the part of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when people become so consumed with them being on top, their whole mindset change.
It
Which leads
does.
us to our topic today about. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh,
Does their success change you? So this
that
topic,
leads us to our topic today about, does success change you?
I thought about because me and BlackRoses had a conversation about particularly Beyonce, and I don't care about y'all beehives. I don't care about the beehive. I ain't scared of y'all. But particularly Beyonce and Jay-Z's relationship. And start off explaining what you were saying about their,
So
their relationship,
basically,
how
for
they.
me, my dynamic was, that Destiny's Child, at the time when Destiny's Child first came out, yeah, they were a big girl group. It was one of many girl groups, because at the time that they were out, you had TLC, you had Escape, you had 3LW, you had 702. You had a
702.
multitude of girl
Girl
groups
groups.
at the same time that Destiny's Child was out. So for me, my whole thing was, and it was supposed to be about how suburban girls, suburban Black girls fetishize Black men in the same way that white women do. That's what it was supposed to be about. But we changed it to about success, because when it narrowed down to it, it came out to be like, if you look at Beyonce's whole persona, yes, she was a successful woman. Yes, she was definitely, on the rise. But I think her whole mood and her mindset changed when she got with Jay-Z. When she got with Jay-Z, Beyonce became this round the way hood rat girl that she was never meant to be. And I feel like she changed herself to appeal to the masses, because at the time they were a pop group. What if I mean, that could be who she always was, but if you think about it, like, Beyonce grew up in a suburban Texas.
That's what I was getting ready to say. You gotta think about her background.
She grew up in the suburbs of Texas with a two-parent household.
And both of her parents act like they were very.
Both of her parents seemed like they were very strict, like they were very on her ass. So it wasn't even like she was exposed to that lifestyle of what Jay-Z is. If you look at Jay-Z is from what is he from? Brooklyn, or he's from Brooklyn, I think. He's from the project in Brooklyn. He comes
Marcy Holmes, I think.
home. His dad wasn't around. His mother was a single mother. He dropped out of high school to sell drugs to make a lifestyle for himself. That is two different types of worlds. And
Brooklyn,
saying, like, you know, it could be who she wanted to be, but that's not who you grew up to be. You wasn't exposed to that. And that is why she waited until she got successful to show her true self, like most artists. Yeah, she did. And now if you go back and just look at how she shifted, even when she was in Destiny's Child and she did, you know, with Destiny's Child, she was the innocent, sweet, wholesome girl that everybody loved. You know, of course, she was the forefront of the group, but everybody loved Beyonce. Everybody was like, you know, oh, she's so sweet. She's so sweet. Yeah. She was that one girl who never really cussed. You never really saw her, you know, be out of character. She always held herself. Even if you go back and look at when they did MTV Cribs, look at her whole persona. She was that sweet, innocent, oh, this is my room. I'm like, oh, I'm such a girly girl. You know, when she got with Jay-Z, Beyonce's whole mood changed. Go and listen to Soldier, her verse in Soldier. We like them boys up top from the BK. Know how to flip that money 3 ways. What the fuck do you know about flipping money? What do you know?
Right.
Like, what do you know? Always riding big on the freeway. Like, what? Like, she changed, and then it progressed as she got older and as they got married. Go back and look at Drunken Love. She been drinking watermelon, and now she's this freaky bitch, and now she's
that's what I say. She turned to a fruit.
Turned to a whole fucking freak. Oh,
but you know what? Now that you saying it that way, and I'm thinking about it, being as though her mother was a momager, and then her father was in there too.
Her father was the manager. Her mom was the stylist.
The stylist, yeah. But being as though her parents played such a big part in her music career, now that you're saying it like that, and I'm thinking about it, it's probably kind of similar to what Nate is saying. Like, she was scared to show herself, her true self. Like, she might have always wanted to sing and say, oh yeah, I'm getting top in the car and stuff like that, but because her parents, like you said, her parents were so strict, now that you say it like that, that may have been played a part too. But with that being said, as far as Beyonce and Jay-Z, that brings me kind of to the topic of so basically what I was saying, like, so basically, let's say you are a banker or you are a teacher and you meet a guy that's Fortune 500, work on Wall Street.
It's crazy how they let Solange be all of those things. Solange was that. That was never Beyonce.
Solange wasn't a moneymaker.
Solange was that girl.
Beyonce was
in the ghetto videos and making Solange was.
I don't think she did. I don't think Beyonce upgraded Jay-Z. I disagree. I think Jay-Z already
upgraded him. I think that they both, you know, had some type of upgrading with each other
together.
I do believe that he used,
because if you think about it,
mainstream. Because if you think about it, nobody mainstream was really looking for Jay-Z. I think Beyonce allow him to hit the mainstream audiences. Versus when she got with him, he allowed her to hit the more ghetto audiences. Because you know, you gotta think about it. When people like myself, when I grew up, I wasn't, you know, I listened to Beyonce. I listened to Destiny's Child. I couldn't go in the hood, you know, when I moved to Baltimore, I couldn't go to the hood and be like, yay, let's listen to Destiny's Child. They'd be like, who the fuck is that? You know, like, people knew, but nobody really was checking for Destiny's Child. Versus when she got with him, it became, oh, who this girl? You know, he was on her, he was on every album. He was on every main song. You got to think about every hit song that she had when she was single, when she went by herself, when she went solo. Crazy in Love, Jay-Z. Deja Vu, Jay-Z. Upgrade You, Jay-Z. Even when she did Check Up on It with what is his name? What is his name when she did Check Up on It?
I can't remember.
What is his name?
Lil Flip.
Not Lil Flip. Soldier Slim. No, not Soldier Slim. What the fuck? No. What is his name?
Oh, big. I know what you're talking about. The big tall one, big, dinky looking one. I know you talk about.
What the fuck is it? Something Slim.
The big, tall, light skinned one with the lock. I mean, with the braids. I can't think of his name. Big Slugger.
No.
What was his name?
I'm about to find out right now.
Slim something. But yeah, so my take on it is: does a significant other? So basically,
that's who it was.
What was it? Slim Thug.
So you got to think about when she did these songs. He was on the ones that were hit songs for her. Not only y'all oldest. You got to think about the songs that she made that were really like hit records. It was Jay-Z on those songs.
But that's what I'm saying. So what I'm trying to say is that if you think about it, from the lifestyle that Jay-Z came from, he always been a hustler. I think he upgraded her in the mindset of business wise, of where they are today as far as how successful they are. I think he upgraded her in that mind frame because he has always been a hustler. If you think about it, if you go back to like his documentaries and stuff on him and him just talking about, how he got to where he is, he always had a hustle mentality where her parents kind of, embedded that in her and kind of pushed her, this is what we want you to do. This is what we need you to do. This is your next step. This is in the best interest of you. He basically did everything on his own. So I think that a lot of that added to her now success on the business wise and music, because if you think about it, when they first started making music together and they did a lot of those videos, those documentaries and behind the scenes with Jay-Z and Beyonce, if you look and pay attention, Jay-Z you can see him behind her like, I think you should do it like this. I think you should make it like this.
I think for him, when Jay-Z got to the level of success that he is at now, his whole demeanor has changed. Look at how, even down to how he dressed, down to how he talked. Jay-Z whole demeanor did a whole 360. For me, he's now about the evolution and the revolution of Black people. Right. Versus Beyonce, she's on that woke level, but she's still like, I'm hood.
For music.
I want to be,
For music. A lot of it is for music, though. I feel like a lot of her stuff is for music.
She's changing it a little bit more. Now that she's like, even now with the Renaissance album, it's a little different. It's a little different. I feel like with the Renaissance album, in my opinion, she's kind of going back to who she used to be a little bit. And I feel like that's the direction she kind of want to go in, but she still want to be like, I'm that bitch. Like I'm that hood bitch that I want to be. And that's not who you are. I felt like she should have stayed. But I feel like if she did stay in her own little suburban girl bubble, she wouldn't be as big as she's at.
She wouldn't be as successful.
But I understand. I understand what you all are saying, but you have to understand that at the time that they came into the industry, it was still grooming happening. Yeah. The same thing is being said about Brandy. And now that Brandy is showing a different side of herself, she's allowed to do that. The same thing is happening with Britney Spears. Like they were not allowed to show them sides of themselves. And I understand people thinking that she's being fake, but it's no way that Solange can naturally be that and her older sister is not. They both, I don't care, and they didn't grow up in the suburbs.
That was a whole different power dynamic. A whole different. Because I see what you're saying. Yes, Solange was definitely that girl. She was that girl.
But where did she get it from?
Where did she get it
from? But where did
I think
she got it from?
To me personally, I think that, how you ever see those movies where you have a household, and they got the mom and the dad, and then you have two siblings, whether it be two boys or two girls or whatever, and you have that one sibling that's the rebel. I believe that was the image that they were trying to push with Solange. Like Solange, like you're the rebel. Versus Beyonce was the good girl. She was like, I'm gonna study and I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna work hard. Versus
But
Solange.
how do you know that's who she really was, though?
I'm not saying that's who she really was, but I'm saying that was the
Well, it might
image.
have been.
I feel like that was the image that they were trying to
Or it
push.
might just be the lack of attention that they put on, so that they gave, that they the lack of attention that was taken from Solange that was put into Beyonce that made her a rebel.
But see what I think what's happening, and I think for everybody, not specifically the two of you, but I feel we fall for those cookie cutter images that are displayed. We don't know these people, and I think it's unfair.
Your phone keeps going
out. You know, what she did, you know, become sexually awakened. Oh, go ahead.
I said your service is going in and out.
No, the Wi-Fi in here is crazy. But it's just allowing people to be their most authentic self. I think is very important, and not allowing people to be in a box. Because what if this came? She a wife now. She can be as sexually and explicit as she want to be.
She can be. And I don't have a problem with that. I had a problem. I don't even want to say I had a problem, but it was just like the way she just changed. Like she went from being a wholesome, all around American girl to just being this ghetto, like, person that she didn't need to be.
But what if she really ghetto, though? What if she really ghetto? What if she really ghetto?
So that's like, wait a minute, Nate.
But she wasn't born rich. She wasn't born rich. Her father was just
She wasn't born rich, but she was well off. Her family was well off. Her mother had a hair salon.
From what we can see.
And her father had a bit, like, they had things. They wasn't a rich.
From all the little mini documentaries and stuff that I saw of
as Jay-Z. You got to think about that. They was not in the same bracket as Jay-Z. Jay-Z wasn't even nowhere near what Beyonce family taught her up, you know, what was growing her up to be.
Yeah, but he also had a mother that took care of him. He had a mother and father that took care of him. He wasn't in the slums. That boy wasn't eating out the trash can. He may have grew up,
and that's all he had, and he had to drop out of school and to sell drugs.
Don't keep believing those hip hop narratives. Don't keep believing that. But you can say, but don't every rapper say that? And then what we learn about him? Look at Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne is very educated. And you would think he came from the slums. That was the area he came from, but very intelligent, very educated. Jay-Z's mother was very educated. Like, that's not, you don't just have those things and just look at Tupac. Tupac went to the School of the Art. Tupac went to the School of the Art. What thug is that? A lot of it is. Look at Tupac's life. Tupac went to the School of the Arts. He is a theater kid. What thug life is that?
That don't got nothing to do with that.
They turn him into a thug.
It has a lot to do.
They turn him into a thug because of his
image.
He wasn't
but his image became a thug.
Tupac was living his natural life. That's who he was. He never lied about who he was. Tupac lived his natural life. He didn't have to change.
But he wasn't a thug, though.
How do you know he wasn't a thug? Because he went to a good school.
But how do you know Beyonce not hood? Because she grew up in the suburbs. I know
but
you know.
I think what Nate is trying to say is that
no good people in the suburbs. I don't. Now I do know good people who I do know some people. I don't know nobody
in the suburbs. It's Section 8 in the suburbs.
Yeah, it's Section 8 in the suburbs. It absolutely is. But what I'm saying is the people who were trying to act like if you grew up in the suburbs and you had a cousin that lived on Park Heights, don't act like when you was made to go to Park Heights to your grandmother's house, you weren't trying to act ghetto. I.e. Kia. Don't act like you weren't doing that. Your mother and them lived in Delaney Valley. You went to a whole good high school in the county, but when you came in the hood, what did you act like? You didn't act like you was from the town.
But that's not her acting like. But for you to act that way,
I didn't act like that. I just act the way that y'all acted around me.
But it was in her though.
She wasn't from that.
But it was still in her.
She had to be something that she
and don't be
wasn't.
putting me out there. I ain't say nothing. Then don't be telling people I lived in Delaney Valley High. Don't be telling people I lived in Delaney.
Yeah, but Delaney Valley High had a lot of hillbillies too. Delaney Valley High had a lot of, that prom picture that she showed us.
You know what? Get
Exactly.
off. Bye. Get off.
I'm
Goodbye.
just saying though, but that don't.
That's not who she was.
Yeah, but that don't mean that's not what's in her though. That's not what she grew up around.
That's not in her.
But you don't have to be in the hood. You don't have to be You don't have to be from the hood to have that mentality. You
to
don't.
Be hood.
You don't have to be from the hood to have
I'm
the
saying
hood mentality.
it to you because that's where I
no
grew
way
up.
in hell you gonna tell me I grew up in the county and I want to act like I'm a ghetto bum every fucking
But
day.
the county, see,
not
you know
gonna
what's
make
happening? That's the value system of people who live in the city, thinking that the county is not hood. There are plenty of people in the county that are just as hood. Most of them people in the county not from the county.
I'm not saying people from the county are always acting like they're from the county. What I'm saying is you have people who have never experienced that type of lifestyle and acting
But what if
like
she has family members?
That's
like you said.
I just said if you have a family member that lives
Y'all
in the
just
city,
don't. If y'all don't like Beyonce, just say y'all don't like her. Just please say y'all don't like her.
Nobody said they don't like
say
her.
you don't like
me
her.
out there. I ain't say I don't like her. I just don't.
I'm just saying because that's where that.
Take out her so bad.
I knew it. I knew somebody was
I've
coming
never
out.
bought an album before.
I knew somebody for the Beehive was going to come get us.
No, I've never bought an album. I couldn't tell you 5 songs from her. But I'm just saying, it just the perception. You have to be careful how you manage people's perceptions that are celebrities because a lot of that is created.
Is my opinion. The mayor say he from Park Heights, but we know he from the house, the sidewalk. Right? He is. Yeah, he say he from Park Heights, but he wasn't one of them. Look at him. He from the hood, but he don't act hood. He don't act like it. But
that's growth, though. That's growth. That's
growth.
not.
He never acted that way. He never acted that way. The
yeah,
man
but that was
exactly. Nobody really knew where the fuck he was from.
Yeah, but that's by design. That means that was somebody who knew what he wanted to be.
In the sidewalk.
He had the little hood to be when he was sitting up there screaming at that conference talking about Shorty.
If you want to talk about Jack Young ghetto ass was hood. He was
Jack Young is not from the city. See that dynamic? He's not from the city. See that dynamic. His family is from the city. He's not.
Okay, so all right. So to bring this conversation to so here's my take on what I think Nate is trying to say, because as I'm listening, I have my Atlanta artist, for example. Mm-hmm. His parents stay in the suburbs. He stay in a nice neighborhood in Atlanta. He don't stay in Atlanta in the city where everybody from the slums or where Buckhead and nothing. He stays in a very nice neighborhood. But if you listen to some of Black Khalif's songs, some of his songs, you would think he from the streets, but he not. So I think what Nate is trying to get to is basically maybe the artists are playing on what's going to sell.
Of course.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but struggle does not mean you come from the hood.
Right.
Anybody, and you've lived outside of the Baltimore area. You've lived in the Baltimore County area, and you know that there are people that are just as ratchet, just as hood, just as treacherous as some people in the city are. It doesn't matter where you're from. You have the same struggle.
That's true. As somebody that may be your counterpart. White people. That is true. Because I have seen some. And they ain't pretending a lot. Think about Randy Friends. Hold on. Think about Randy Friends.
But you want to act hood.
Think about Randy white homeboys. Think about Randy white homeboys. Some of them was real hood. Some of them was real hood, and they wasn't playing. They was a little hood.
No, they acted hood. Look at their family. Let's call a spade. Julie act like she's a ghetto.
Julie act good. Okay, she's a pretender, but we can't bring her in.
She's from the county.
We can't compare her. That's fine. We can't compare her, but think about her.
Why we can't compare her?
Because everybody knows she's a pretender. Everybody knows she's a pretender.
That's
so we can't. I'm saying, but then what I'm saying, see, you being over. Calm down.
But look at it, Kay. the girl
Are
from
you
the
not
little
listening?
country town, the girl from the little country town is the measuring stick, has the measuring stick of what's hood and not. You was
The girl
a
from the
little
little
country
country
bumpkin.
town. Okay, so wait a minute. The girl from the little country town came from
Country
a
towns
country
are
ghetto
hood.
town
That's what I
and
gotta say.
grew
Country's
into
a hood.
a ghetto
So that
environment.
Cause
means
this
you
What do you mean?
was faking. That means you was
How am I
faking. That means
faking?
you
I've
were
been here
faking.
20 something years. I still gotta act like I'm from the country. I've been here 21 years and I've
Cause
been
you
but
doing
you
this
are.
my
but you
whole
still got
entire
an
But
accent.
that's
career.
what
You still got an accent. Like
What you got to do with me because I got an accent?
you
That
still
don't have
got a
nothing to do with
country
nothing.
accent. But
you
no,
country.
but
Crystal
What
the
is
has to do
from
with
the
anything because I'm country.
country. 5 words.
So
but
the
yet
country
no,
don't have
she is
ghetto?
right.
Crystal
Cause
is
this
from
small
the
town,
country. 5 words.
this small town that I stay in is hood. These country people hood is I don't know what. So I'm agree with Crystal on that one. I would agree with Black Rose on that one.
Baby, I
This
grew up just
town
like
is
anybody
hood
else eating
country.
oodles and noodles and hot dogs and eating bologna sandwiches. Come on, I grew up like
But
anybody
they
else. Only
sell
person I'm
Does
but see
that
that's
make
those
you?
Lord
That
things
don't make
don't
you hood.
here's the
Everybody like
thing.
ramen noodles. So what you
where's
saying?
where's
I like
Tamika at?
ramen
Tamika,
noodles. They taste
Here's the
good.
difference. This is what y'all not
call your
understand.
friend Tamika. Call your
I
friend
don't
Tamika. We need
portray
her
to be
on
hood. You
we
can
need her
ask
on the
any
line
of my
right now.
friends. You can ask
No,
any of
I'm
my
just
friends. I
saying.
don't
We
portray to
need
be anything that I'm not. I'm not portraying myself to be the hood.
not in terms
I'm
of
not
who you
portraying
are.
myself to be
But
this.
me and her
No.
have had this argument before. And it's they sell bologna in the suburbs. They sell oodles and noodles in
Right.
the suburbs. Those
I
things
ain't
are
saying they don't,
inherently
but
No,
listen,
you said
listen. What is the rate of you going to the suburbs and you saying, okay, let me get these oodles and noodles? You know damn well. Don't y'all sit on this damn show and act like the rate that people are buying oodles and noodles in the hood is at the same rate that they're buying
they
oodles and noodles
do.
in the
They
suburbs.
do, but
That is not true.
they
That
call it
is not
ramen. They
true.
call it ramen in the suburbs.
I
It's
was going to say that
ramen.
they call it ramen.
I cannot believe y'all
Cup
sitting
of
here
noodles.
on this show and
Cup of
acting like
noodles.
y'all are
Get
dumb
ready to
as
say that
dishwater.
they
It is
call it cup of
irritating my
noodles.
soul.
They call
Y'all
it cup of
acting like
noodles.
y'all are dumb as dishwater, and it is
Yeah.
irritating my soul.
No,
It is
I'm
irritating
just
my
trying to
soul.
figure out how. What I'm saying is, you wouldn't let me talk because you being very. I don't know.
Right.
You
She
being
They
just
very
won't
don't
let
like
defensive right now.
Beyonce. Just
I
say
ain't
it.
saying
You being
shit.
very defensive right now, and I ain't
Right.
said nothing about you. I
I'm
know you all
saying
your life. You being
y'all
very
are the ones
defensive.
acting like
You are on the
y'all are the ones
defense.
acting like y'all don't fucking understand that the whole point about it is that you acting like people in the suburbs are gonna go out of their way to act like something that they're not. You have some, but the
You have. That's
majority
what I'm saying. You
you
do
have
have
some. I'm
some.
not
But not
denying that you have
everybody that's
some,
in the
but
suburbs, they're not from the suburbs. Many of those families migrated from the city when they got a little bit of money, but that didn't take away their hood. That didn't take away the hood. Some of those people in the suburbs won the lottery. That's why they out there. Some of them people just came up because a family member got in the NBA. It's the same thing. They still hood in the core of who they are. So it doesn't,
That's
and being hood don't mean it's a bad thing, but that's the mentality. I I personally in watching Beyonce, I think who she is right now is who she really is. And now she doesn't. That's why she doesn't win all of the awards no more. That's why she's not at the she's not at the top of everybody's list. You cannot deny her talent, but she's not winning over top of Taylor Swift no more because she's starting to reveal, and nobody would gamble that simply to try to be something that they're not. Jay-Z is not hood. He not. He fits too well
let me
into this lifestyle for him to still be considered hood. He's not a
so
hood
I
Jay
think.
person.
I
so
think
you
for
telling
him.
me that go ahead.
I think for Jay-Z, I don't think I disagree. I think he is hood. I think what happened is he had such great mentors around him to transition him into the businessman that he is today, which can be done. It's the same thing as what we talked about in a high topic. These life coaches that are around these people and helping to groom these people to be more successful.
I don't think that's success. That's not success for me.
I think he is. He's doing quite well. I think he has
I
some,
know. I think he's where I was talking about the life coaches, but in
Oh
terms of
no.
gauging what your level of hood is, he could be pretending just as much as you say she is.
That's true.
And it's
But
this,
y'all still took away.
we
That is not
what we
true. That
value,
is not
and it's
true.
like they really dog out Beyonce and put Solange on a pedestal.
I ain't never
Like
seen that.
they came from the South household. Like why wouldn't they be similar? At least similar.
Are you like your sister?
That's our problem. We two
Are you like
Geminis.
your sister? Are you like your sister?
That's
Who you
and
talking
yes
me?
I am, and I can
Any one
admit
of
that as
y'all.
an
Oh, I
adult
always
now.
say, you know, me and Jessica are
All
totally
three of us
different.
have multiple siblings. All three of us has multiple siblings. We are not anything
We don't
unlike
fit
any
in
of
the
our
same.
siblings.
No,
We
we
don't
don't
even
fit
fit
in
in
the
the same
same circle.
categories.
You don't
We don't
see
even
it,
fit
but
in the
y'all have a
same
lot of
realm.
similar,
You
especially if you
don't.
grew
You
up in the
don't.
same
You don't.
home. You have a
No.
lot of similarities. You don't want to see
No,
it.
you don't. No,
We
you
don't.
don't. We don't. We don't.
Me and
That's
Jessica
We
have
don't.
you talking about your own personal situation.
So you have a lot of similarities towards your sister, is what you're saying.
I do. I can honestly say that now
Yeah, you
that
have a
we
lot of
adults.
similarities towards your brother and sister.
I don't.
Only
I
LL,
don't.
we have
I don't
nothing
either.
because Jessica listened to a whole different record of music. Her whole background into skating and instruments and all that stuff
Everything
is
is
way
but
different with
different
all of
from me.
y'all.
those
It's
are
almost like your mother
exterior
raised a
things.
whole nother kid.
Those are exterior things. But those are exterior things. I'm talking about ideologies or mindsets. It may act out in certain, like me and my sister, our personality, we're both Geminis, born 4 days apart. 4 years, 4 days apart. And we have a lot of ways that we think on the inside. How we conduct our lives as adults are two different people. But a lot of the things that make us who we are very similar. We get both of a lot of our traits from our mother and our grandmother. So, but the way
That's true.
we handle it is much different. So it's naturally going to be different because you have different sets of friends or different environments that you grow into. But my point of it all, I think we have fallen in love or not with images that were presented to us. And whatever the first image of somebody we see, that's what we believe. And that's it. This the same thing. I brought up Brandy, but look at Brandy versus Monica. You would think, because
Right.
Monica talks about the hood and being connected. That girl, come on now, she had too many famous people in her family that got her to where she was. Brandy had the
Right.
same story that you're giving to Beyonce. But we don't know what their childhood was like. We know what the picture that's being painted. But if you saw any video clips on the reality show for Brandy, Brandy mother is very hood. And they had just as much money, suburban living as anybody. But
Brandy
look
grew
at
up in
look
a
at look at
small
Ray
town in
J.
Mississippi, and her mother moved them to California so that she could be something. Brandy is from a small town in Mississippi, honey, and she moved to California when she
But that's what
became
you've
like in
learned
her
about
teenage
her.
years. But that's
But
the
that's what you've
truth.
learned about her. But I'm just saying, but that's the truth that they've allowed you to see. That's the
So
truth
you
but you
telling
don't,
me?
but
So what you're
where you
telling me
from
is
doesn't
that
necessarily gauge how you'll be as an adult or what your aptitude is or how smart you are, or it doesn't determine those things because we've had all these examples. Brandon Scott was a schoolboy. He was always in his books. He got into trouble. But a lot of things that we see from him now, he's not perfect. He got a lot of
Right.
secrets that some of these people, like myself in this city, know, but because of the image that is painted to the city, he's this type of person. He's not a weakling like people think he is. He just don't act out like the people who grew up in his neighborhood. That don't make him less hood. It just make him make different. He make different choices. That's it.
Right. That's true.
Anybody from his neighborhood could have been mayor, but it was him. He was the one that was focused on that life.
That's
But
true. But y'all still took away from my topic. That topic ain't had nothing to do with nothing. My topic was what I was trying to get to. Only thing I was trying to get to was according to the person that you dated, does that change your
America, I
mindset
have
on
three
your
adult children.
status?
You
That's
sound
all
totally different. You
I
wouldn't want
wanted
the
to
same
get
out of me.
to.
You have, and Darren, you hit the nail on the head. She has three adult children, each one totally different. You wouldn't even know that they
from what
came
you
out of it.
see, but you can at the core of who they are. that value that it was one, her being a parent or whoever the parents were, teaching them those values. So at the core of who they are, you may find more similarities than not. But exterior wise, they're always gonna be different. That's just how natural life goes.
Right. Right. I think
But
no, I think what it is when you talk about like the core value, I think are you speaking more as far as, learning to be respectful towards people, or
Mhm.
growing up a certain way, or knowing do's and don'ts? Is that what you mean, like the core of?
Right, the ideals, not like the physical outward things.
Got it.
Of
Okay.
course, you will find but at the core of who they are, their ideals, and their variations in that, you will find more similarities than not. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Right. But anyways, let's get back to the real topic. So does 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 the
Mm.
significant other or the person that you are dating, does it change the way that your goals, that you view your goals, or you have certain goals set up for yourself, or a certain
Hmm.
status that you create for yourself? Does it change according to the person you're dating and their status or stature where they are in life? Would you
So if they
change? Does
get
it change
money,
your mentality?
so so if you're with somebody and they get money or get a certain level of success, does it change who you are?
Yeah, do you feel like you should change, or like basically like I was saying earlier, if you have a guy that's on Wall Street and you a teacher, and y'all met, y'all dating or whatever, and you always wanted to be a teacher, that was your dream, you love kids, you always wanted to be a teacher, but you
Hmm.
see he's on a certain status where he's traveling, he's meeting all these really, wealthy people, well-off people. Does it make you want to change your career or your status, or do more so that you can be on that person's level? Do you feel like you do you feel like you want to change yourself to be more on his level as far as his status?
So you're speaking specifically about when money comes into play.
Right. Money or they're like they're in, I don't know how to really say this, not employer, but like career wise.
Hmm. Right.
Does it
Because you
change your
you
mind
can be a
career wise?
successful you can be a successful teacher. You can be a successful manager. But when money comes in, I think that changes things for people. I think I think you sent me some information, or I started looking at information when you sent this topic out, and I noticed a lot of people are getting divorced now. People who have
Right.
been together for umpteen years
Right.
are
And I
getting
think we
divorced.
talked about this before. I think we talked about this before, but as far as the males, as far as a lot of the males who are at a certain status, or at a certain success in their life, they're divorcing or leaving these women that started off from the bottom with them to marry or be with more successful women that are on the same level as them. I think we spoke about this before.
So is the problem that the partner doesn't want to change despite their lives or lifestyles changing? Is that the problem? Or is it the problem of success changing one partner and not the other partner? That sounded crazy coming out, but that's how I understood what you said.
So it's more so like, should you change? Should you change like your goals, or should you change your mindset because of your significant other?
I think that if you with anybody, that person should want to change. You would want to change for the better. I don't think
But
you would
if you're
want to
okay, if
be
you're fine,
special.
if you're happy with your status, like let's say you're happy with being, I'm not saying anybody's career is better than the other. Let's just say you were McDonald's worker. No, I can't go that low because that ain't going to work. But let's say, like,
I
you're a
mean,
manager at McDonald's. If you're a manager at McDonald's and you making pretty decent money, you making a pretty
mhm.
decent salary, or you are a general manager, they make pretty good salary, and you meet you meet a lawyer, or you meet a physician, do you feel like you would want to change your status because all these years and most of your life that you've been here, you're happy, you're content, your bills are paid, you're still able to travel the way you want, you're still able to drive the vehicle you want, but then you meet this person and you see them doing certain things, you see them, dating wise, we're not even getting as far as married, but just dating wise. Do you feel like this would motivate you to change who you are, to change like things that you do, the way that you dress, the way that the car that you're driving, the lifestyle that you're living, pretty much?
Well,
Um,
mm, and it's a hard question for me, but I have friends who, like, I have a couple friends that got made it to the NBA and their mindset changed in terms of the type of woman that they want to date, um, or the type of person they wanted to date. And I saw the change happening, but I also saw who they were with before that fame happened. And it that did not interest them anymore because that person was comfortable being around the way and not understanding that this elevation in my success means I'm going to be traveling more. I'm going to be in circles that I wasn't before. And that it feels like it's a struggle between that person saying, I want what we had. I want who, and that person isn't that person anymore. They've gotten successful, and they can't stay in the same house y'all had before they had success. They can't live like that. They have to evolve. And it seems like the other partner wants to keep that control, that bubble that they were in before. And that is what I think strains things. So I think you have to grow. I don't think you have to change, but I think you have to grow. And I don't think some people are ready for that. So you have to move on and almost leave them behind because yeah.
But in the same instance, it's kind of contradicting, because in the same instance, like for your example, if you met your significant other or your girlfriend and you became like a NBA player or an NFL player,
Hmm.
but you based your whole like just relationship or marriage around taking care of that person, is it right for you to force them to want to step up to the plate or to leave them? If that's how your relationship has always been, that's how it's always been maintained, you are the caretaker.
Well, we say when things stop serving you, you got to let it go. And that could feel mean, but it also can be a necessity. You know, you want to hang around in the hood, and I hate using that word, but you want to hang around with your friends like you used to. We can't do that if we're here. So if I get a contract and my team is now in New York, but you spending all your time still in Baltimore, that's gonna create separation because
Right.
you want that feeling of hanging around. But on the flip side, when I do elevate, you're right there with me. But then you take this, like we see in a lot of these reality shows like Love and Hip Hop, you see the girlfriend or the boyfriend, and nowadays you see them doing just as much. And they not really living the life or doing the work. And you like, well, baby, like I need you to slow down on the spending. I need you not to always be on social media telling our business. I need you, that's the flip side of it. Success has changed your partner, and it's but you want to be normal and you want to keep it low key, and that person is like jumped into it. That's how I initially saw it when you first sent this subject.
Right.
Like the ones
Right.
that change for the worse, not for the better.
So my parents have this couple that they work with, a young couple about our age. And that's kind of what they're going through right now, because they both are six. well, they both started off from the hood. They both was hood, like, but she was more hood than he was, and they going through separation, possibly divorce right now, just because of that. Because both of them, basically, he became a firefighter, and then he brought her on as a EMT slash firefighter or whatever, but she still wants to hang around. So, basically he's kind of elevated. He bought a nice house. They live in a really nice neighborhood, really nice house. They have their kids in private school, everything like that. But she still wants to go buy fronts and goals and be on there talking about it's crazy. It's so crazy. They have the funniest relationship. But she want to have bottom goals. They got like 4 girls. And she want to have, be on Facebook and Instagram talking about she a hood, da-da-da-da-da. And matter of fact, I think the straw, if I'm not mistaken, my mom said that what threw the fuel on the fire was that her family is still real hood, where his family is kind of evolving with him, with his success. Like he found a place for his mom, he helped his mom to move in a better neighborhood, things like that, where her family is still in the hood. So of course, not only is she still taking their kids to her mother and her families, and who, like, I mean straight in the hood, I mean Monument Street hood, over there by John's hood. And what threw the fuel on the fire was he decided, because he's still trying to be the family man. So they are the more successful ones in their family from both sides. They are the one that's bringing in the money. The people who, that one family member, that one couple that you call when you need money, when you in a bind. They went to Hershey Park or Six Flags or something like that. And she got into a fight and basically got thrown out of the park.
How did he get thrown out of Hershey Park?
He was embarrassed. It was really embarrassing because she was fighting the security guard in front of his kids. That's what pissed him off. She was fighting the security.
And that's how some of these relationships differ, because you don't talk about those things that you want. And then if it happens, say you win the lottery. We hear a lot about these situations if somebody wins the lottery and y'all want 2 different things. Like, you always wanted to go in this direction and you comfortable here, just expanding what here is. And people just don't know how to communicate what their needs are and realize we're not equally yoked and we don't want the same things out of life.
Right.
She said that she could lose her career, honey. I refuse to fight, not losing my career. 911. Right. I saw a TikTok review was like, I ain't fighting nobody, baby. I'm calling 911. You are getting an assault charge. I ain't fighting assault. You're gonna get arrested for assault. And I'm pressing charges. Yes, I am.
But she still has it in her, and he probably like, I don't. And then you be wondering, and not to say that's why all dudes do it, but you wonder why some people be like, I'm gonna go over here. We good.
Now she was fighting in Hershey Park, though.
Yeah, like Hershey Park is.
It was a fact. So basically, what happened was it was he took her and her family to the park for a. I had to go back into my Facebook thing. So he took her and her family, on like a family little outing or whatever. It wasn't his family, it was her and her family. And so what happened is something about one of her sister's kids was trying to have put some money in one of the little arcade games. And another child with another family came up and snatched the tickets out. Ooh. I don't know what happened, but so them two started beefing. Her sister and the lady of the child who took the tickets out of the machine, they beefing. And in the midst of it, she left her kids. That's the third part. She left her kids, which is their kids together, standing kind of off to the side to go help bank this lady with her sister and them. And so he comes around because he was taking one of their kids they have a son too. They have one son. So he was taking the son to the bathroom. So he come out and he see all this commotion, see security all around this big crowd. And so he, first thing he see, he looks over, see his kids kind of standing off to the side. So he goes over to his kids like, where your mama? And then all of a sudden he see his mama up, the mama up in the air with the security kid thrown out.
That's crazy.
Get thrown out of the
But
park.
you know what? He knew what the problem is, and on her side of it, her for her defense, he knew this who she was.
Yeah,
Their
that's what I
money
said. They
didn't
both came
their
from the.
new life
That's, that's what I'm
didn't
saying.
make her this.
They both came. So they both came from the same neighborhood, but he was trying to evolve her into, being more successful so they can both be on the same, you know what I'm saying, on the same
Right.
level. But she
Mhm.
just can't step away from her hood side. She's still
Yeah, he can lose everything because his wife isn't thinking about their foundation. That's right.
Now for the two of you, so if you by happenstance, Crystal, if you start dating a ball player, will that change who you are, or will that, if for UK, when your music group makes it, will that change who you are?
um I don't think it'll change who I am. I think I don't think it'll change who I am. I think for my own protection and the way that things are going now, number one, I think it'll be a change as to the people being more aware and alert of the people that I keep around me. As far as, I can't say in the relationship wise because it is our record label, so we both building together. That's one thing I do like about my relationship is that we both are on the same page. I like your dream. I'm here for your dream if that's what you want to do. Because originally, I'm gonna be honest, the record label started off with my husband. He wanted to be a rapper. He always wanted to be a rapper. Him
Hmm.
and his friend got into, the little studio thing. They started making music. I said, hey, won't y'all make something out of it? Because at the end of the day, I do want to see his success. I do want to see him, do what he loves to do, which is not a lot that he likes to do. So if I see a passion in him, yeah, I'm going to back you 110%, even if I think you old as fuck. And you ain't supposed to be right. But it's like, no, I ain't going to say about my husband. But, some people might think
The
that though.
views
Some
and
people might think
opinions.
some people might think he a little bit old because he is 35. So some people might think, okay, that's too old to be starting. But that's a passion that he always had. He just never had anybody to push him or even take him serious enough to say, hey, won't you try this? So I think, and then even with I.Am.She, having a conversation with him, it's like, hey, if that's something you want to try, go ahead and push it. And he does, he has opinions, he has conversations. It's like, okay, won't you try this? Won't you do this? Even as far as promoting the show, all the way up to promoting the show, things that you tell me and BlackRoses to do all the time. He's doing the same thing on the back line. Won't you try this? Won't you do this? Won't you go on Instagram and try this to get your show ratings up? Things like that. So I think it's for us, our relationship. I don't think one person will leave the other person behind. I think we both are on the same level as far as both of us wanting to see success out of us as one.
No, not so.
No,
The
right?
question was more so in line. What would happen? So, say I.Am.She Podcast jumps off. Will that make you? Do you think that would make him change if his career doesn't, or vice versa? What if he, being the artist, jumps off and you're still floating with the show? Will that make you change?
No, no, it wouldn't. It really wouldn't. We just it's I can't say, because people change. People do change. So I ain't gonna sit up here and say it, and then y'all see me 2 years from later, like I thought she said she wasn't gonna be by herself. I thought she said he was gonna back her 100%. But
But I think
I can't say
I think this topic is being shown in a lot of those reality shows where you
right.
see, Love and Hip Hop or Medicine. What you see, whoever the go getter is or the primary breadwinner, as they succeed, that partner is trying to either keep up with them or pull them and keep them grounded, quote unquote grounded.
Right.
But it's normally a fight because they're trying to insert themselves. I forgot the wife's name. He's the light skinned basketball player. And she'll keep talking in interviews or online about how his success or how people see him affects her. Like she's almost jealous in a way. And
On
it,
which
it
show?
makes her look I think Steph Curry's wife. And it makes her
Oh,
look real like not even thirsty, but just like, well, go get your own. Like you all have the money now for you to be able to go out and live your best life. But it seems like she wants him to kind of pull it back.
right.
And he can't dim his light or
His
he gonna
success
be out of
is
the
too big
game.
for her. Basically, his success is too big for her. It's too much for her.
Mm.
I
What about
think that.
you, Crystal?
When Jeezy and Jeannie Mai get a divorce and then we get married, I am absolutely without a shadow of a doubt changing. I am not hanging in the same circle. You guys are beneath me.
Wow.
You guys are beneath me. Me and my husband are going to
And I
enjoy
believe
our
it.
life.
I believe it.
Every day.
Oh,
I'm in a different country this week. I don't know what y'all doing.
I
But
got her suing us and making me take all these videos down because
and
it
they
does
go
that
not.
was never a part of my life. I don't know who that young woman was.
And they go
Yup.
That was never a part of my lifestyle.
and they go call nobody to even check on her. She
At
check
all.
on me every other time, but come
At
back.
all.
And she's not even gonna tell us. We gonna get a letter from her lawyer telling us to cease and
From my lawyer.
desist and take down these
From my
videos because
lawyer
she's no longer.
and my PR team telling you to stop bashing me because my husband and me are in a whole nother light right now.
Yeah. But then she going cease and desist, and then we're gonna see I.Am.She Podcast on iHeartRadio without us.
In Dubai.
Right. Indira says
Yep.
she is jealous. She feels left out because she's built nothing for herself. But why not? If your spouse is at a certain stature and he has the money and he's giving you the opportunity to build for yourself, why not? So I can see
A lot
on
of
that
them don't know
level
how. A lot of them
for a
don't know
situation like that. Okay, well then if your husband is giving you the opportunity to present that you want to do something like this, I'm pretty sure if she
But
expressed it in a way that this is an interest for me, that there could be that he would be able to find a way for her to figure it out. But I can see in that same instance for a
she
situation
handles
like that.
things. Mm-hmm.
You said what?
what you say.
It don't sound like she has those
What
interests.
you
I think she's comfortable being a housewife, but she just don't want him to
Mm-hmm.
get as much attention as she gets. It's not even that she wants
Well,
to
you gotta
shrink
take
his attention,
if you
but
ain't caught.
she wants as much attention for doing nothing but simply being his wife.
But his attention is what's making her comfortable. That's what I don't understand about certain people being at a certain stature. If you're content with being the housewife, if you're content with being the house husband, that's what's
Mm-hmm.
making the money. Like with I just heard something about is it the football player Peyton Manning? Am I saying that right? His wife
Yeah,
is wanting to
yeah.
divorce him because he's going back
Mhm.
into football or something like that.
Brady.
Tom Brady, that's what it is. Tom Brady. Here's the
Now they're getting a
thing.
divorce.
But no. She built a whole career for herself. She's a supermodel.
But the thing
But
is,
she made a choice to stay at home with the family.
thank you. But
And
here's
now
the
she want
thing.
him to stop. She want him to stop and retire and do
Thank
something
That's
that
what he
keeps him at
promised her.
home.
That's what he promised her.
I understand that's what he promised her, but that's where it made. But okay, let's step back to what I was saying about as far as David and his rap career. That's how you met him. That's what made him happy. That's what puts you in this comfortable lifestyle. So can you really present this to that person? I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right for you to put this person in a position to have to choose if this is where your comfortability came from. if I put you in a place to make this to be comfortable and make your own the status for yourself or for her, because I'm pretty sure she didn't start off well off. She created these business based upon the money that was being brought into the house.
So now
she was a model. She was a model before they got together.
Baby. She had her
Right.
own coin.
But
she was one of the biggest supermodels there
space where you meet in the middle though.
She had her own money.
Find a way to meet in the middle though. But don't I wouldn't agree with a man telling a woman she can't work and I need you to stay at home. So I definitely don't agree with a woman saying, you know what, you had a nice career, it's over at home or
go on about with them. If you would stay at home,
with these kids.
If you would stay at home mom and your kids are grown or your kids are old enough, go with them. If you stay at home and you're not working anyway, go with him. If that's his passion and,
that was part of her argument.
That's how you met him.
That was part of her argument. Like she went out to his games. You made yourself available, and now you want him to retract something that makes him feel like that's football has been his life. I'm sure he's been in football since he was a child.
It's like if modeling, if his career didn't take off as football and it took off from her modeling, and he told her to stop, would she stop?
Mm-hmm. It would be a problem. He would be misogynistic and abusive. He would be all those things. But
I don't think that's right.
Like he wants to be. But he's built a name for himself. Whereas though when they first got together, he was known, but she was the name. And it's the same thing we were just talking about with Steph Curry's wife.
It's a jealousy too? Do you think it's a jealousy on that side?
And it is, and that's one of the reasons why I to date other artists, because the competition level thing, it not to say it's easier with somebody that's not an artist, but an artist is going to be competition, because if one of us make it big, it's going to be some resentment, or you're going to make that other person feel like they got to bring you along.
I can't be jealous of my husband. From me watching the success stories and from certain artists, like I watched, I think 2 Chainz. Remember, it was a big thing with 2 Chainz. A lot of people ain't even know he even had a wife, like for when he first came out. I think I would be that partner that even like now doing the music, like a lot of the times, like y'all see me in a couple of the videos, but a lot of videos, I be telling David, like, I don't want to be in these videos. People gonna get tired of seeing me as the main chick. Like, why you keep putting her back in the video? I have to tell him, like, y'all need to find models. Y'all need to find somebody. Like, actually, I go out myself because I do, find like the locations, file videos. I find, the people to be in the videos, things like that. So I'm 100% supportive. I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, you have to bring me up. You have to put in your rap and your music that you're married, that you're content. No, you got to take it where the money go. I'm always for a bag. You got to take it where the money go. If us being successful and this record label is being successful based off people thinking you as a single man and you out there throwing bitch twerking, if that's where it take us, that's where we going, and I'm gonna stand to the side.
And see, I think that's the issue. That's the difference between you being with somebody before you got successful.
What? What you say?
I have a problem with your husband twerking. I don't think that's appropriate.
I didn't say him twerking. I said going to the strip club and seeing girls twerk to Dallas.
I mean, if that's what in New Orleans, the men twerk, so
You said I have a problem with your husband's work. I hate you.
His biggest clientele will always be women. Always. And if you're an insecure partner, you can't be with nobody that's trying to get to a level of success.
You can.
But how do you suggest that people handle that when they're still in the feel like you all are still building your podcast career? Kay and her husband are still building their music empire / podcast career. How do you have those conversations before you get to that point so you don't become famous and then it's a problem?
You should have already had this conversation when you decided that there was an empire that you wanted to build. Y'all both should have known, the plan and what was going on. It's vice versa. It's the same as, like I said, when I'm doing my podcast. Sex does sell. So my husband does promote me. Won't you wear this? Won't you take some pictures like this? Won't you do this? Won't you dress up a little bit more? Won't you do like, because right now, like I said, same
Get yourself
level. We on the
together.
same level. But
That's
the
what that
bag
sounds
is
like.
going to. You said what?
It sounds like get yourself
What you
together.
say?
Miss.
I know,
Get
right?
yourself together.
No, but literally, no, I feel like it's support. Honestly, I feel like it's a mutual support on both sides. It's a mutual support on both sides. If y'all go back to our video, 20 Bad Bitches, and y'all see them Texas chicks, that they
update
bought.
each other, because what we used to be okay may not remain okay. What used to be okay may not remain okay.
And that happens with
I
success.
feel like if you really get to a level of stature where you're really that, like you that, and I don't think there's gonna come temptation. There's gonna come some times where it's gonna be some hard temptations out there for him. And
Nate, remember that I'm watching this, because when we get to a certain stature, I'm gonna watch her hotel room to see what temptation coming through her doors.
Oh, she go. We gonna have to stay in the room. We gonna have to stay in the what's the little cheap hotel, and she gonna want her hotel room in the penthouse. She gonna definitely Diana Ross, Beyonce.
I ain't got no man,
I see it.
so I can do what I want to do. I
Ooh.
ain't got no man.
Message.
I ain't got no man.
Well,
Hey,
it seems like Kay will be the odd man out there.
She sure is.
I'm definitely.
You going in the room with your husband, ma'am? I'm going out
Sitting there crocheting some socks.
Texting us. What y'all doing? Minding our business.
Ooh! See, she already showing the Nate. She already showing her true colors.
Who y'all down there with? Us.
I don't know nothing about
temptation is real, and so is integrity, baby. Some people don't even have integrity. They don't even know how to spell integrity.
But I'm saying these relationships that we're seeing unfolding now, especially these string of individuals who have been together for over 10 years getting divorced, because like Indira was saying, they didn't update where they were and what they wanted, and together they didn't do that. But when you sent this message, the first couple that came to mind was the Blueface and what's the other girl, the girl from Baltimore, Shania or Shania.
You said whatever,
Shania. But that's her name, isn't it?
Krishan. You said Shania.
We're seeing a lot of those types of relationships blossom. Not to say that she doesn't have goals, but she is making
y'all just see that porn video she just leaked because he messed with somebody else.
And see, that's what happens. So because he's the artist, the person who's bringing in the fame, now you are trying to compete with him. You're on this bad girls club. You leaking porns. You're fighting all over the place. So now she feels though she has to compete with his celebrity. So now it's a tick for tack thing. I got to do something as outrageous so I can get the level of attention that you're getting. And it's starting to get ugly. And now that's the standard for relationships. We're outdoing each other.
I feel so bad for her. I really do. I feel so bad because people are really laughing and they joking and they doing all this stuff. And in my opinion,
actions, though.
Huh?
I was saying that was because of her actions.
Yeah, but I feel like somebody really needs to help her. In my opinion, the way that she's acting,
I just think she don't want to be helped.
I think she needs guidance. I really do. I think
she's molding her life after Cardi.
Who don't want to be helped.
And her family ain't no better, because I think her family is kind of just there for the money.
You've probably seen her family around here.
I think they're just there for the money.
Well,
why wouldn't nobody step up and tell her this nigga is got you looking crazy as hell on TV? Ain't nobody told her that this nigga got you looking crazy.
No, it's her. These are her choices. He didn't put her on Bad Girls Club.
We already made a video.
Right, those are her choices.
Let these people know that it's not me, it's you. It's not me, it's you. You don't want to leave me.
Yeah.
All the things that have happened.
That's what he's doing. And like, okay, so you can't agree with that, Nate, because like you said when you went, let's go back to what you said about Jay-Z. It could just be for show that he's saying that. You don't know what he actually telling her and doing that. I mean, think about personally your own relationships where you had people telling you one person telling you this, and then the same person telling another girl this or that.
You're it's still you making that choice at the end of the day. You're making that choice, and for me, it feels like she's trying to model her life after Cardi B. So how long are we gonna do this thing?
A lot of girls are, but it just so happened to work for Cardi B.
Yeah, that's my point. Yeah, it's not gonna work.
Internal. She was messed up before him. He just fueled the distortion. Yeah, she was screwed up before. She was screwed up before. She saw the father beat the mother. She saw the father dog the mother out. So
that's why I said somebody needs to step up and help her. Like I feel so bad for her, and I hate the people
help that though. How do you help somebody who is hell bent on being?
I want to help her. Come on my show, baby. Let me help you.
She gonna mess your whole life up. You trying to help her? Yes. Because you're then as K, you will begin to make choices that go against what is best for K, trying to help her. She got to start. You can give her all the options in the world, but if she don't choose any of them, what you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
I know. I don't know. My heart when it comes to people like that and just things like that, I just want to grab their hand. I want to guide them the right way. I want them to do what my mother taught me. Like, don't you ever be done for no nigga. That's how I was taught. And I just feel like when I see things like that, I just feel so bad because people are really making fun of these type of people. Not only, celebrities, but just in general, the way people just kind of sit off to the side. I don't know. I just feel bad for them. Like, somebody please help them. Maybe I should have been a psychologist or counselor because I just want to help everybody. I don't
know. No, because you would be in therapy right now. Because you be trying to call these people into your house.
I sure would. You ain't lying.
Children to be taken away from you, you would not have the life you have right now because you can't. And trust me, I'm that person. I grew up with a cancer, so in my life, I'm that person that want to take care of the world. But at what extent? Like what you willing to give up for that?
Right, you ain't lying.
Something you had to give up something.
You right.
She is hell bent. She doesn't have any recognizable talents other than fighting.
That's true.
That's it. That's the only talent I see from her. So why not become a boxer, miss? Floyd Mayweather can help her. That's a good partnership. Floyd, Tyson. Maybe Tyson can help her. Yeah. Turn them blows into, because you may be getting a couple dollars from Bad Girls Club, but you're not getting no dollars when you fighting Blueface mother and sister.
Mm-hmm.
You're not getting no money from that. That's called clout. That's not money.
That's a whole nother conversation that I want to talk about on a whole nother show about, like, because like you said, she was fighting Blueface mother and sister, turning around beating up the father. Like, what is going on? Are people allowed to beat on their significant other's parents? What is going on? Why is this okay?
Obviously, because y'all watching, y'all giving them views. We talking about them right now. We keeping them relevant. The same thing we was talking about in the beginning where y'all was talking about with Kanye. This is all marketing. So keep their views up. Keep their likes up.
Remember Fabulous beat up Emily for?
Because he said, I didn't want that man in my house. And she brought him in.
And they still together, aren't they?
And I'm sure that father don't come over. I'm sure that father don't come over.
Like, what is up with that? Like, I cannot be okay if you beating up my father. First of all, my father a little heavy. He not heavy big, but he a little toned. But I'm not okay if you went and started fighting my father. No, no, sir. We're not gonna be together all on Facebook and Instagram the next day. That's not gonna happen. That's disrespectful.
Is your dad just going to insert himself in your marriage? Would your stepdad just insert? And if something's wrong or somebody's
if something's
doing
wrong,
something
that's what I
harm
can
you,
say. If it's
but they're
wrong,
not just going to insert themselves while still asking for money.
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true.
And then you show up and that's a young, hot-headed young man. You don't jump. When I saw the video, you don't just jump up in somebody's face and don't think they not going to do something. Not to excuse his reaction, but yeah, on the side of his mother and sister, I'm sure there was some type of verbal exchange that happened against her for her to jump up in their face.
Right. So, well, they have been messing with her from the beginning. They have been taunting because of the way they was treating Blueface from the beginning and basically using them. So I remember when he first came out, how he was talking about how his mother and sister was doing him. So
what does he do? I'm sorry, I don't even know what the child does. He's Lord,
He a rapper. He had that one song. What was that song he had, Crystal, where everybody was doing the thing where they pulling their pants up? What was that song they had? That hit song. It was one song that just made him a hit, and now he's like everywhere.
Crystal is too classy to know such titles.
All his other music is not good. I don't know. I don't like his music.
So he has other music out. Is he like a?
It was with Cardi B. He had that song with Cardi B. Cardi B. What is that daggone song? Tatiana.
Oh, that's
him. That was somebody else's song.
No, that was him. Dust down, Tatiana. But that's what made him relevant. I think it was only because Cardi B jumped on it that made him relevant.
So but that's what made him famous.
Yeah, but they basically was saying like his mother and his sister was pretty much like using him and then treating him real bad. Like they was always calling him and asking him for money and stuff like that, but then they would turn around and dog him all on social media at the same time, which is, I don't understand why parents do that either. I really don't.
Because they competing. They want to compete with you. That's the same. What's the Black China's mother? Look at her mother. They become. I remember a time where you didn't know, like you wanted to know about celebrities' life. Now everybody in their life has a blue check on their Facebook.
That's why I get ready to say trying to get checked. Their parents is trying to get off, is trying to but people around. That's why I said I think my circle, when I get to a certain stature, I think my circle will change as far as people around me. But I can tell you one thing for sure, two things for certain. My mother would never sell me out on no daggone social media for no change. Ain't no way. I can guarantee that. Now, if it was a in-law, possibly. If it was my in-law, possibly.
Change the topic. Change the topic.
She put the right amount of change.
So, I think, especially as you all grow in this field, radio, podcasting, I think you have the possibility of really growing. Are you thinking about now? Like, are you positioning yourselves now so you can prepare for that, or what?
Yeah, I want. Why you looking like that? You looking weird. I don't like nothing about it. Take her off the camera. She feel weird to me.
She's trying to act. She got her Beyonce hood.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what's going on. I am really thinking. I have really been thinking hard about the next steps and where I want to go to break, to be as successful as these BBL girls. Y'all gonna make me have to get a BBL on I.Am.She's dime.
Don't do that.
If you want to become a sponsor,
I'm not even.
If you want to become a sponsor,
no, I'm not. I'm not gonna let the video be seen on screen. It's just gonna be your voice. I'm not even gonna let you be seen. Right. You And there was a honorary member. What is your vote?
That's what's making the money.
Don't
though.
do it. That's 3-1. 3-1.
That's making the money. Listen,
Man.
that's what's getting these 3.K followers.
Yeah,
if
but
one
these
of us
women
got
look stupid. I'm sorry, they look stupid.
They do.
And they look crazy. I saw at the gas station, and it looked too big.
Yeah, y'all seen that one?
Legs don't even
Legs don't even match their butt.
Y'all seen that one? That one Instagram.
A lot of them are not going back for multiple rounds because in order to get a successful BBL to have a natural looking body, you have to go through more than one round of going through surgery. So
that's all they can afford. Most of them, that's all they can afford.
A lot of them are only doing one round and thinking like, this is it for me. When you have to go back,
they can't afford to go back
to get the right shape.
But that's like you putting. That's like Kay or you putting my butt on you. It's gonna look weird. You didn't get hips. You just got the butt. You didn't get no hips. You didn't thicken your thighs up. I'm just saying, but you didn't. You just got the butt. What about all the things around it?
I would think that everybody from all these people dying and then K Michelle going through all that stuff, I would think people would stay away from it, but I guess that's what's making the money right now. But yeah,
she went after going for BBL. She went done. So
that's it. And there, everybody, we grew up in the era where a butt wasn't even that popular. Not everybody buying them. And I think yours is real. That's what you're gonna get nowadays. Having to ask just cause issues. Trust me, I'd rather have a full.
Oh God, good issues or bad issues and
girl, my back be hurting. All this wagging, I'm dragging.
You stupid. You drag it across. You can drag it against the ground.
This lower back kills me.
Like it's pulling your back down. Does it feel like it's pulling your back down? Yeah,
that's what I was wondering when they having
my ass is. Listen, it's not that big, but it's big. And
baby, that's what I be wondering though when they get them BBLs. When they get them BBLs and their legs be tiny.
It's the thighs for me because the thighs be wearing the middle of them pants out, honey. The thighs in the middle of my pants don't last.
You get the little limp balls in the middle.
Oh my God! Once I start developing the limp balls, I know the thread about to wear away. That's it.
How you get limp balls on your jeans? Some thighs be showing them jeans up.
Thighs just be.
I have to replace my jeans that's why I have to drop some pounds. I finally just gave in to my doctor and said, how much do I need to lose? I'm tired of my thighs rubbing together.
I don't want y'all to look at me any type of way because y'all gonna say, K, you too small. But literally, I finally got there where the inside of my thighs is rubbing together. And it was one day we was walking.
Try your whole life. Try your whole life. She'd had a good year, Crystal. Now,
I finally got there, and I don't like nothing about it. I have been complaining all my life just to get a little bit of weight.
Girl,
and I don't like anything about it. I don't like that burn part right there. That burn just.
Oh, that mean the jeans have completely ripped. If it start burning, that means it started to get caught up in the fibers of the jeans.
Is really rubbing together. You ain't even got no dress on.
Right.
That'd be the part that irritates me. Why my thighs don't feel like that when I wear a dress, but when I got on jeans and the inseams is busted out and they rub together.
That's because the sweat is lubricating it when they together. The jeans is causing friction. You about to start a fire. That's what's
little thighs be itching.
We burnt. No, that's burning, baby, because them thighs be on fire. Right.
I got these pair of slacks that I wear to work. And that, you know how you got the windbreaker pants? I swear to God, these pants slacks sound like a windbreaker pants.
Oh, no. I learned as a child. Do not wear them swish. They call swish pants. Don't do it.
And Dara
Like,
said
what
she
is that noise?
195
You
now.
hear
She
that?
work out 4 days a week, and her ass is still eating her jeans.
Oh God, poor
Mm,
Adira.
yeah.
Listen, my thighs been rubbing together all my life. It ain't never gonna stop.
All my life I had to fight.
All my life I
All
had to
my
fight
life.
my jeans. Jeans just wearing me out. I need
Adira said, "I can't stand that swish swish."
Oh, I can't.
damn.
I'm I'm
And then they
I'm
wonder why
in
we
my
only
life.
wear
I
leggings, because that's the only
wore
thing that can
one.
withstand these thighs. Then y'all wonder why we
I
always
wore
wear
a
leggings. That's it.
sweatsuit one time.
He said, "I
That's
won't
because
swish
it
swish."
smooths it out.
Baby, no, that swoosh swoosh. Them fucking swooshy pants, and your fucking thighs is big, and you can't it's squeezing your thighs, and that's all you see.
Don't do it to yourself. Just put on a good pair of gray sweatpants. Don't even do it to yourself.
Baby, the gray sweatpants I got on right now, these motherfuckers is tight, and they are 4X. The thigh part is tight.
Oh,
They big at the
you need
top,
to get the
loose at the bottom. The thighs is eating them up.
yeah. You got to live with it.
I just want to take it away. Take it away.
Take it.
Yep. Right.
Take it away.
I'm just tired of my thighs rubbing together.
I'm tired. Can't wear no shorts. Can't wear no. I'm tired. I just want to be able to look good
I'm
in a
tired. I'm
decent
tired
thing.
of putting. I'm tired of lubricant. I'm tired of lotioning my legs with cocoa butter because I don't want them dark marks on my inside of my
Baby,
thighs.
I'm tired of it all.
Them burn marks. My friend called them burn marks. He's like, they burn marks. Mm.
Mm.
I thought this man said he
One of
crashed the
these
big on
days.
top. But
What man crashed the car?
he called me on FaceTime in the middle of the show. I'm like, duh, you just walked out of here. You see me do my show. And he said it was an accident. So I said, was you in it? And he gonna say, duh, why you think I call you on FaceTime? So I just go like you crashed the you crashed the
Oh no, did he hit somebody?
No, he just texted me in the middle of the show to say it's an accident. I don't care about no accident unless
Was
it's
you in
relevant
it?
to the
Was you
outcome.
in it? Was you in it?
He said her stockings create the swish swish.
Oh girl, I can't wear no stockings. I can't wear no stockings, baby. Oh no, I can't wear no stockings.
That's a
Oh,
forest fire waiting to happen.
girl, I bet not ever wear a pair of stockings. I don't even like wearing them fishnet leggings and fishnet stockings. I don't like the way my insides feel.
Cause it feel like, cause that's what happened when your jeans start ripping. It feel like your inside of your thighs start like rubbing up and
Yeah,
curling
like
up
they
into
start
the
rubbing. That's why
jeans.
I hate wearing fishnet stockings. First of all, it ain't no one size fit all.
Mm.
Stop saying it.
He mad.
It ain't no one size fit all. Because when I put them on, I have to dig at the bottom.
Make a hole.
Then they be the bottom be all cute.
A big old hole.
The top with a thigh. These are not one size fit all, man.
Looking like a chain link fence. They not fishnets. That's a chain link fence now.
That's a fucking chain link, honey. That's a bike chain link.
The bottom be cute, but the top be.
The bottom be so cute, the top be all stretched out.
Mm.
I know,
like you go get a real fishnet and just wrap it around my leg, like all day. I'm sick of it. Stop with the one size fit all, because they don't.
You very angry. You need to write a letter.
Do the stockings come in sizes, or they all one size fit all?
It depends. It depends.
They have queens.
They have some sizes, but now they're making them one size fit all. And then you have the lingerie bodysuit where you gotta don't let it have holes in it. You gotta be like, damn. Put this on.
That's probably how she really looked too. Try to get them stockings on.
That's how you look. I be in it. I have a pet peeve about putting clothes on after I just got out the shower. I need my body to be like ashy dry. I don't need it to be dry.
No,
I need to
that's
be
why she
ashy
don't have
dry.
no lotion. No, that's
So
when you put the lotion on and let it
That's what I'm
dry.
gonna say. Don't that make you itch? Your skin?
no, I put
Yeah.
cocoa butter on after I'm completely dried off. I put a little cocoa butter on. But when you trying to be cute for a man and you putting on a little one piece like set, you
And she really be struggling because she's short. So she
exactly. And it be like, damn, you be
she
wanting to ask
really
somebody,
be
pull up the back
struggling.
part. Pull up the back. Pull up the back part for me. Like it
It's
just look.
not going up. It's
It's
not
not.
going up. It's gonna be right under your butt cheeks.
Let's not talk about the butt part. Is it?
That's what I
If
wanted
you
to know.
would,
Should they make
Let's be back there like this.
That's a question that I have. Do they make? Because my daughter, I don't know where she gets
That's it,
from.
Indira. That's it, Indira. You said it. You said it.
No, just stay naked, get oiled.
Get oiled.
Now, does that help? Does that help the fishnet to slide up if you got some oil on it? What about the jean? Do it help the jean to get up?
No.
probably hurt.
You gonna
Like
really start
Beyonce
fire.
said, if you don't jump to put jeans on, you don't feel my pain.
Yes.
If you don't jump to put jeans on, you don't feel my pain. This morning I had to go get my cat some food, honey. And I said, well, let me put some jeans on. Baby, I was like, I just wore these the other day. How they get tight?
It only take a day to game 5. It only take a day to game 5.
Did you take it back off? Do you roll them off? Do you roll them off?
Wait, look, then you got to lay in the bed like this. I'm sick of it. I'm tired. And you wonder why we just wear leggings and call it
I'm tired of my
day.
thighs rubbing together.
I get it. Okay, I get the
tired.
leggings.
I get and I don't understand much about women, but I definitely understand that kind of like clothes be so baggy on me. 'Cause I feel it makes me feel nasty. Like when you sweat and your clothes loose, I don't like that feeling. So I get that part because that's been my because guys' clothing in America only come in even sizes. So if you a little thicker, that means you're odd size. So that means you typically have to buy your clothes a size too big.
You like a 37.
And it just
you should be. They got 36s and 38s. They ain't got no 37.
Yeah. And it's
I don't like
European clothes is coming on sizes. And European clothes don't American men are curvy. Don't tell you that. But I know all them baggy jeans that dude got on, he got a little curve to him. And
what I need to know is if they have curvy sizes for toddlers. Do they have curvy sizes for toddlers? Because Gemma, boy, that butt.
It's called
I got the jumper in her jeans.
It's called girls, but for the boys, that's called portly.
I have to jump her in her jeans. I put on her little skinny jeans, and when she get up to the butt, I think she got it from my mother. I literally have to jump her in her jeans, like jump her in her jeans, cause her butt. She has a butt. Like, why is your butt so big?
Like that Old Navy. Old Navy's clothes have a lot of elastic in it. So if I get her something, I have to get it from Old Navy.
Yeah, I usually just buy her leggings because the jeans, I don't know, they just fit funny. And then because she has a butt, it's too many predators out here. And her figure is kind of of a physique already. Like, I don't know, it's weird.
Can I know we about to go off, but have y'all been watching the Jeffrey Dahmer series?
Yes, I have not. I have not.
Yes,
I don't know if I want to watch it. I don't know.
I
I'm
have
on the
been.
I'm
fence
on the
about it.
fence as well. I'm definitely on the fence because
I'm
they
on the
it's
fence.
almost like they're glorifying his
Yeah, it's
life.
almost like they're glorifying
Somebody
everything
did
he
say that.
did, and I don't like it.
Somebody did say that. I seen that on Instagram. It was a talk about that. They was talking about like, why is this okay? Like he basically murdered like black people, like almost like a hate crime.
Or people of color. It was
Yeah,
only
people of
maybe one
color.
or two
Yeah,
white
people of
boys,
color.
but most of them were men of color.
Yeah.
But it's from that, like, I don't hear anybody making mention or making an issue out of his homosexuality, and
Nope.
I find that to be
That's
a
a hate
problem
crime.
because if we're watching P Valley and all right, we're no, I'm just saying, but normally when you see that they making remarks of it and they're not, and that's
Mhm.
y'all realize he killed 14 men
Yeah, he
That's
did.
what somebody I
after
saw a post
sleeping
on
with them
Instagram. Well, no, I saw a
and
post on
drugging
Facebook
them.
that was like, y'all are calling, the guy who plays him, which is Evan Peters. Y'all are calling Evan Peters' role amazing and this, and you giving him all of these accolades. But the guy Alfonso
Hmm.
who plays the murder is like, he played that role too well. He played that role too well.
Yeah, and he
But
married.
Yeah,
with Evan Peters,
yeah, he's
it's like,
married
oh my
with
God,
a
that's an
child.
amazing role. He did awesome and he's
Mhm.
doing a great job. What is the difference?
That's what I'm talking about. She 100% supportive. You got back your man. Where the funds come in? I'm trying to tell you. If
People
David
are
got to
like,
kiss
Hmm.
a man, David gonna kiss a man. I don't care. You better
yeah,
go get my money. You better go get
Oh
my,
my God, she gonna pimp that
who
man
is
out.
that?
you better go get my
No,
money.
I was laughing at what she was saying and started choking.
Who is
I
that?
can't. You are really going to pimp this man out.
I am. You better go get my money. We about that. We got the same understanding. We about a bag. I'm trying to get to this bag.
Let
I'm
me
trying to
find
be
out she's
comfortable.
trying to get him to audition so he can be Lil Murder's next lover. Let me find out.
Absolutely. If that's what he got to do,
Right.
that's what he got to do.
Well,
I'm
that's
trying to be comfortable.
oh, yeah.
I'm trying to be
Mm.
comfortable.
By
He
all
trying to
means
pimp me out.
necessary.
You know how many conversations we done had where I joke with him like, look at this Instagram model, and he be like, oh, go see if you can find one so he can get pregnant so we can sue him. He be trying to pimp me out all the time.
He got the PR game down. Let me find out. That's what was that Fantasia's boyfriend? They wound
Go
up
see who you
suing
can
her and they were still together.
right. Thank you. Go see who you can find. Go see who we can find so we can sue him.
I'm tripping off of you right
Um
now.
That's support. That's called
I hope y'all
support.
listening to that. If you see Kate coming, turn the other way because she's trying to set you
Turn the
up.
other way.
That is
Her
called
and her husband
supporting
trying
your.
to set you up.
That is called supporting your significant other. We is here to win.
Mm,
Don't do it. Don't do it.
mm. Steer clear. Stay out their DMs. They trying to
You must
catch
stay
you
out there,
slipping.
dear.
They trying to get you.
Don't be
But
trying to do that. Make us
I
lose.
watched a couple pieces of I watched a couple pieces of the Jeffrey Dahmer, and it's really disgusting what he did to these men.
It is.
And the
I didn't
one
see
man
it.
that got
Like I said, I'm on the fence about it. I don't think I'm gonna watch it. I don't know.
It is.
well, that
Especially the
stuff already out there.
Hmm.
I actually stopped watching it because it was a little, I don't know. It was starting to get to me a little bit. So I actually stopped watching it. I got up to when he went to go take the guy. Oh, y'all haven't watched it. Never mind. Sorry.
You ain't gonna ruin it for me, baby, because I don't plan on
I
watching.
I think when he got to the
yeah,
episode where he
I
had
watched
the man,
pieces of it.
when he had the guy put the guy in the suitcase, when he was pulling the guy out the hotel in a suitcase, that's when I started watching it.
Hmm.
When
Hmm.
he brought
I
the
think
suitcase back to the
and
hotel.
some of those guys that he raped basically or had sex with and then killed them. Some of them were underage. I think you may not. Did you get to the episode yet where one got away, but then the
Yeah,
police brought him back?
That little
And so
boy.
that young
What he's
man,
like, wasn't he like a
yeah,
Hispanic
that
and
was
then
he
the
was really
Yeah,
underage.
that was terrible.
Yeah,
Now
Well, then he
that's
yeah,
ended
what
up
I.
killing
he
him.
was really the
I'm assuming he ended up killing him.
Yeah, he did.
yeah,
He killed him. He was
What
a
did he
young.
do
I
to the
yeah.
think wasn't
grandmother?
he
Did
the
the
youngest
grandmother
So
victim?
he
die?
was
How did the
he was
grandmother die?
Wasn't he the youngest victim, Nate?
How did the grandmother pass away?
He might
Or
have
did he
killed the
kill the
grandmother.
grandmother?
I don't
Did he kill
know.
the
I ain't
grandmother?
got to that part. Especially since she threw away that mannequin. He might have killed. I don't know. He might have killed. She threw away his mannequin.
I'm crying. I'm
She threw away
crying. The poor
his man.
grandmother. She just don't know.
She threw away his mannequin and made him go to church. I don't know. But no, that's what I was trying to figure out, because I actually went in and started reading a little bit more on Jeffrey Dahmer after I started seeing how many times he almost got locked up, but nobody caught him. Like, that
Nobody
was
called him.
crazy. He had bodies in his trunk and they stopped him for DUI, and all he said was, "My parents going through a divorce." Like, and they let him go. They could have caught him then. They could have caught him when the little boy, first of all, the daggone neighbor sitting there saying, "How is this your boyfriend? He only 14." And y'all let him take the boy.
Exactly.
They let him take the boy. Then she called and complained about the smell in his apartment so many times. They was barely about to go in then. After they smelled the smell, they still was barely about to go in. Like, it took them so many times. Like, he got almost caught so many times. It makes no sense that he got let off so many daggone times. Like, that was crazy.
Shaking my head.
That was really crazy. But anyway, y'all, so I guess that's the show. It's 110.
All right, y'all. Shout out to the Style Lounge and go visit her 1734 Maryland Avenue. She got some new inventory in.
Yeah, I
Shout
saw
out to
that. Tell her
Indira
she
for
need an
always.
online. Tell her she need an online site.
You don't need online. You need to go in the store.
No, I can't go in the store. I'm not driving all the way from North Carolina up there.
Oh, wow.
Tell her
Shout out to
do
Indira
Instagram.
for always coming through every Saturday, for being a loyal viewer.
Go ahead.
And shout out to the Style Lounge. Tamika always plays us on her TV while her customers come in and shop. Every Saturday she plays I.Am.She Boutique on the big screen. So shout out to her. 1734 Maryland Avenue. Go check out some of her inventory. She got some new pieces that just came in. Go through and see her. Y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe.
And if you want to become a sponsor, you can email us at PodcastIAmShe@gmail.com if you want to become a sponsor, or if you want to become a guest. You can also email us. You can hit us on Instagram or Facebook as usual. Again, last but not least, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. We are trying to get there, honey. Take us there.
That's it. I'm trying to get to my celebrity status so I can leave y'all alone.
You ain't supposed to telling people that till after.
I ain't talking about them, I'm talking about y'all.
Oh, I can say you ain't learned from.
I thought you and Nate.
You ain't learned from the coach lady.
Next Saturday, Indira, thank you so much for tuning in. You've always been a big help. You've always been an amazing supporter, and we appreciate you without a shadow of a doubt. See y'all, people. I'm about to go enjoy my Saturday.
Absolutely.
Bye.
Where'd Nate go?
I don't know, but I'm logging off.